Just wanted to ask you, first of all, your expectations for this Pro League season here. What do they sound like?
I think the bare minimum expectation for Pro League is just making playoffs. I think that's something that we can do in our group, especially considering there's 3 tries to make it to playoffs. So I think it's something that we should be able to do for this event.
If you view the route you have right now, it's nine, and if you win that, it's against Cloud9 or Eternal Fire. How do you see these potential matchups?
I think the matchups are actually pretty good for us. I think we can definitely contend with 9, and I think Cloud9 as well. We've been seeing them kind of struggle online, which I mean doesn't really indicate much because it's online CS. But I think we definitely have a chance to make playoffs just 2-0ing.
You guys have obviously gotten EliGE on the roster, which is of course a big name, especially in the US. How is it to get a player like that on the roster?
Yeah, the experience definitely shows. Like after the first week, like you can just tell like why how he's just won so much and his whole attitude and mindset of the game. So like it's glaringly obvious. Every team needs an EliGE on their squad. Like it's just how it is.
Can you specify some examples or anything that he's come in and done differently than you guys were used to?
I think one thing that sticks out to me was just scrimming and how each round was something to learn from. Like we'd instantly be discussing like if we lost a round, what we could have done different. Just makes the practice more efficient, and it was so we don't have to, after the scrims are done, we review and take like 3 hours of that versus just talking about it right after. It just makes it really easy and makes the practice really efficient.
Has anything changed since he came on, like tactics or anything else that you guys are doing?
Yeah, I think bringing John to the team, he gives a lot of names for things that we previously didn't, so it's just easier to identify like what the other team's doing based off of our current playbook. So it makes it really easy to do things faster. It's like, oh, they're doing this, we can do this to counter it, versus just like saying, like, oh, we see a smoke. I don't know what to do. Can you do something for me? Like we can identify like exactly what they're doing and what to counter for it. So it's really easy for us with John's naming system he's given us really.
And this question is not to is talk down to if any of your previous players, but how much do you think EliGE can elevate this project and this team?
I think, I mean, we know what he's done in the past. He's won many championships. I think we can do the same with him on the team. It's really that simple.
Your own role on the team, Floppy, is that exactly the same as it was before?
Yeah, nothing's changed. Just the same anchor and lurk roles, so not much has changed for me there.
I want to ask you, when you're playing in the US, you are usually the big dogs. You know, you are the favorites, and you come into the matches, and people expect you to win. And when you are flying to Europe, you guys are playing similar opposition like yourself. Um, how is it to shift between those two kinds of approaches? That now you're a favorite, and now you are more even. Does that make any difference in how you are approaching the game?
I think it's like pretty obvious that we're like one of the best teams in NA, but we don't like to underestimate teams regardless of who we're playing against because I mean anything can happen, especially like something online in NA. Like I feel like anything can happen in that regard, and even online in EU. But no, me personally, it's like I like to treat the other team with respect, but still knowing that we can still beat them.
And you don't have other tactics or separate tactics that you want to use for playing against teams in the EU compared to the US.
I'd say it's more of like a whatever team we're playing against style. Like I wouldn't say it's more of a region thing, more of just like what the team likes to do regardless of where they're from.
Here at the end, Ricky, I just saw on Wikipedia, I think it was that you are half American, half German, or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that's correct.
do you have family in Germany?
Yeah, but I don't really know them. I remember when I was little, they flew to America to come visit, but we haven't really spoken to them since. So it's just been a long time.
So you never considered moving to Europe and to Germany to.
Yeah, maybe one day. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it'd be Germany or somewhere else, but it's definitely nice having the EU passport.
And I also wanted just to ask you, what are your and the team's expectations and hopes for the rest of this season?
I think, I mean, just try and win as many tournaments as we can, especially with CS2 coming out. I think it's going to gain a lot of traction. More people are obviously interested in it. So you just see tweets and Reddit posts just everywhere. So I think we're just going to keep trying our best to try and win as much as we can.
And are you at all considering starting already now to practice in CS2 to get a head start?
Not yet. I mean, I've been playing some CS2 MM and like watching some people throw nades, but I haven't really, gotten that in depth into it that much. So just playing CS:GO for now.